I'll keep going till my speakers can't blow. I'll keep going till my speakers can't blow. I'll keep going till my speakers can't blow. I'll keep going till my till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. 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 Till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, ain't know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. The way you like it. Just the way you like it. The way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Kidia.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another night of ESL Challenger League. But this time, it's a grand final. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you tonight for both South and North America. And of course, kicking it off is the South American side of things. If you've been following along, you know what to expect with a certain player waiting in the wings on MIBR. If you're just tuning in for the first time this ECL Cup, well, you are in for a treat. Nate, this is going to be an absolutely fantastic series, and MIBR has gone through this gauntlet only dropping one map so far.
Made in Brazil have been looking star-studded in this bout of ESL Challenger League Cup number 2. As you mentioned, dropping one map. They have recently taken up 2 players on loan. Only one is currently playing in this Cup 2. That is Klim, and he has already started to make a name for himself and drum up quite a bit of notoriety in the scene.
Yeah, and these two teams have already met once as well. I mean, you got 2-game coming through, and when they met last, Nate, it was over very quickly. 13-1, 13-4, utter MIBR domination. And this was not like some early round matchup either, Nate. This was the upper final.
Yeah, this was just, what was it, not even yesterday, the day before last, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, our player to watch, there should be little question as to who it is. We've already kind of hyped him up on the broadcast. That is, of course, Klim, with some unreal stats in the last 3 months. Near 80% cast, actually an 86% cast, I believe that's only in this tournament. A 1.90 rating and over 100 ADR heading into the grand finals. Definitely a player to watch, and we haven't even taken into consideration other heavy hitters on this team with the likes of Insani, BRN. This is a star-studded roster now with 2 blazing stars atop the team.
2 blazing stars and none burning brighter than Klim. What can PKL, Hardzao, Detroit, Lukis, some names that have been around the block for a very long time in this Brazilian scene, how can they stop the young Russian invasion? He has been dominant in this cup and the driving force behind this wave of MIBR success. And well, let's look at the vetoes here in a second, because this one, we saw the couple maps played, Train and Nuke. We do have a new map coming through in the veto, but is the veto really all that important when you take into account the firepower of Klim, the ability of this MIBR side, the depth of this roster, and of course, 26-5 across 2 maps in their previous meeting 2 days ago?
It's a really good question. Even if 2-game, who I'm not taking it away from them, they are quite a good team, quite an experienced team as well, as you mentioned. Even if they can right the ship and get that first map, that different map in the matchup, it's still going to be an uphill battle. They still have 2 more maps, both of which they lost handedly. Just as a hint, the veto really isn't too different from the last time they kind of went head to head. So it's not going to be easy for them. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying they could definitely change things up. They have been together for a good while, but it feels like the odds are most certainly stacked against 2-game.
Yeah, the odds are not in their favor, but if they can give us something amazing, that would be a treat. Here we get our veto coming through. Ancient banned by 2-game, and MIBR, their permaban removed. That is Dust 2. Mirage picked by 2-game. It's a little bit different, and if you are a heavy underdog, you kind of have to pick a map like Mirage, although it is going to allow those individuals, the Insanis, the Klims, to really activate. And I think Burnson's going to be able to get a little more as well out of Mirage, where he can have a little more freedom to frag out individually. Nuke again picked by MIBR. If it ain't broke, don't fix it from them. Overpass and Train removed with Inferno the Decider. Curious considering how badly MIBR battered 2-game on Train that they ban it now. But why not just go for something else? Why not just go for Inferno? Work on that as well. But of course, if you're MIBR, you're not wanting it to go to a 3rd anyway. You're looking to end it swiftly in 2 once again.
Yeah, leaving it to Inferno, if it gets there, might be a bit of a statement. It's a map that 2-game are quite solid on, a 6-3 overall record. Only 2-0 for Made in Brazil, still a good record for them as well, but not nearly played so often. We'll have to see if that kind of comes to hurt them. But again, that is a big if, given the form that Made in Brazil have found themselves in this ESL Challenger League Cup 2.
And think too, the sheer amount of games 2-game have played in the South American circuit versus MIBR, there's a massive difference. I mean, if you have Dust 2, 16 times played for 2-game in the last 3 months, 12 for Nuke. Meanwhile, the most played map for MIBR is a tie between Ancient and Train, both with 5. There was only 1 map 2-game have played less than 5 times, and that's Overpass, which they've played once. Everything else is at least 6 games played. But here we are, enough waiting. We can get into this grand final between MIBR and 2-game here in the 2nd ESL Challenger League Season 50 Cup. As it looks like a B pop coming through. It's been spotted. Smoke dropped down. BRN over at the arches, ready to receive the first contact. Takes some taps, good flash in, but BRN good for one. Still standing around, flashes blind both as Lukey's waits for him to run out of ammunition, takes him down. The dual Berettas only strike for one as well, as Klim is waiting. Insani, though, adds another Klim around that smoke. Knows where the last is, Insani has his back. And so MIBR claim the pistol round, no bomb plant for 2-game. And a good spot and better positioning from the MIBR squad take that pistol.
Very solid start from Made in Brazil. They had 3 players on the site by the time the execute came through. Execute might be a bit of a stretch in the pistol round, but it still was a set play and a play that's very scary potentially if the Glocks can get the ball rolling quickly. It kind of turns into a snowball and things can spiral out of control. However, it was not the case in that round 2 game. Without that bomb plant, they're going to be on a bit of a save. They have some investments, a couple deagles on Hardzao and Lukey's. Those could find some heads, but the Glocks going to struggle. Nix and Exit as well over on the Made in Brazil side of things, looking to harvest a bit of cash with the MP9s, but it's PKL, the Glock I mentioned that should struggle, finding the head of Insani with 2 or 3 shots, taking him down. That's some good damage. A rifle dropped on the ground, and now a second as well. BRN gets the trade, keeps the rifle out of the T-side's hands, but 2 rifles dropped. I'm not sure they will be recoverable either. Very good start for 2-game in this round, all things considered.
Yeah, I think Exit will... Oh! Yep, they got all 3. That was a smart drop back to Exit. Heads up counter-strike from BRN to maintain all 3 rifles, because that would have been a costly anti-eco from MIBR and would have put 2-game in an opportunity to kind of tie this up with a win in this rifle round here in round 3. The utility's going to be a little light for the T side, but what they need are kills. Most of their kills came against the rifles in that previous round. They need some success with even firepower. And MIBR are getting aggressive through apartments. Look at BRN all the way through, has Nix with him too. It's going to be an A target on an A split with the bomb still back T ramp. And a big win onto Insani from Lukey's will weaken this A defense significantly. The other 2 players stuck towards CT. Exit creeps out around that smoke though. I like this idea, but he's been spammed. I don't believe he's been spotted. They're expecting something. Good pop from Exit, but he's down swiftly. Bomb still not on site. BRN racing towards Palace. Still can't do the damage. Hards out. Front triple. Couple players behind that smoke. Eyes on stairs. Too many targets to pick. Has to focus on one. Next to that smoke as it will fade soon. Nix around the edge. All down to timing. One from Klim. BRN runs into Hards out. Drops him like a rock. But Detroit is around the corner. Bomb not down. Klim there for another. Up in Palace. It's a 1-versus-1. And Arcadia, player to watch, wins that handedly against Zareba. 3-0 start for MIBR. But a little bit scary again from Made in Brazil as they are pulled forward thanks to the individual prowess of their players, Klim and BRN, not necessarily because they played that round well.
Klim a big 3K in that round to keep his team flawless on the start. Still requires a hefty investment to get rifles back into play. They're lacking some utility as well on the Made in Brazil side of the equation. But they prevented a bomb plant, which means once more 2-game are on a save. Deagles, this time all 5 players wielding those weapons, and there's a smoke for a bit of added luck. The question is, will the shots land like they did before? Thus far, no such luck. 2 kills for none, 3 kills for none. Good jump up from Klim. Insani off the back of that finds yet another, the penultimate kill in the round, and Sureba is left in Palace with no bomb and no real chance in this round. Maybe a kill at most is what he's hoping for. Made in Brazil.
Nice.
They made that last round look good. They waited out 2 games, limited utility. Okay, maybe there's still more action to happen in this round. I wanted to do a bit of a reflection, but still clearly Sureba wants to do some good economic damage, tagging away a second. Exit still not caught, and neither is his opponent, who's just jumping back and forth, nimble on the pistol. The spray doesn't connect either. Another headshot through the wall for the Deagle, and yet more damage onto Exit, who is still yet to put him to bed. Finally, Sureba is chipped down and taken out by BRN, but that was a labored fight and a costly one in the end.
Another one for MIBR where they overextend, where they stick their necks out too far, and Zareba was able to remove 2 from shoulders. So he did well to damage with the deagle. Ops out for both sides now. So in round 5, just about the quarter mark of this game, should we go a full 24, we'll finally get an Oppers duel between the fabled Klim and Detroit. Op out towards middle from both sides, as Insani has a little bit of a push up middle. Detroit reads it perfectly though. And so he's got one, but Klim right there hits the cat jump and ruins Detroit's day. That is a critical trade. The op is down. The bomb still back C for 2Game, as well as they ambulate around looking for another way in. Nick's aggressive in towards apartments, backs away and right into the crosshair of Lukis. If Nix holds his line, he might actually get that second kill, which would have been real nice. Instead, it's a disadvantage for MIBR, one they'll have to battle a way through with sheer force of will and a lot of utility on that 2Game side still. No smokes, but 3 Molotovs, 3 flashbangs, the HE, and exits probe towards ramp. Might just spoil things, but a lot still rides on the shoulders of the op back on B.
The gamble on it. They're both close ramp. Worried about the play up con. Klim is alone and on an island. That op over on B. The Molotov tells him players are here. The second one now tells him even more is coming his way. He'll still find one. Spots a second on Cat. Gets that as well. Klim making a play potentially. No. It's the flank through middle, which his teammates were dodging. That instead catches him in the back. Hardzao gets the kill. But Exit and BRN have been given an opportunity to pull off this retake. 2 versus 2. Even footing. Hardzao has the op. He's posted on one avenue of approach. Sureba stuck between another 2, though. BRN inching forward now, his teammate in tow. The steps had to have been heard at this point. The Molotov in towards Van. Doesn't catch Sureba. No. And in the meanwhile, Hardzao's op finds one. Hardzao crossing out with that smoke thrown by Exit. And there's no time. Hardzao peeks off the contact, gets the second kill as well, and 2Game finally put themselves on the board with a big rifle round victory.
Yeah, once that third player fell, that second player just getting aggressive fell. That kind of spelled the end of the round for MIBR. Klim almost brings it back. These two are ludicrous and gives him a chance in the 2 versus 2. But he just couldn't do enough to salvage the round on his own, and stalwart defense. If that Molotov lands on Van, it's a different round as well. Lots of what could have beens for MIBR that keep them away from their 5th, as Lukis will go fast towards apartments. Smoke thrown by a teammate to cover his balcony area. Look at the money on MIBR, or lack thereof. 4 rounds in a row, and what do they have into this one after suffering their first loss? 3 deagles, a 5-7, a couple of vests, just 2 vests, a smoke. They're utterly broke. And now they've lost BRN, who had one of those vests, and one of the Desert Eagles. As it's just hunt, seek, and destroy for 2Game in this round. Cut the deficit to 2, and then try again with the guns out on the CT side in round number 7. But MIBR are going to have to wise up here, Nate. If they don't, 2Game can definitely exploit them.
Definitely could. But 2Game are playing far more respectfully, far more, I don't want to say scared, but they're reading into the proclivities of Made in Brazil to push, to get aggressive. We saw Insani get exploited towards middle. We saw, yet again, this time BRN in this round getting aggressive, albeit with the deagle. It makes more sense in that respect. But by controlling the pace, by slowing things down, and by holding for that aggression, 2Game have been giving themselves openings that, even if a player from Mid Brazil can find a lucky double on the execute, still leave them too far behind to really have a chance in the round. 2Game make that one a rather quick one as well. I don't believe they lost a single player in that anti-eco. Made in Brazil back at bat, though. They have that op once more for Klim, who's already shot to the top of the scoreboard in the server. 2Game, though. 2 in a row. They can begin to stabilize with a third. They might just begin to find their footing and take away the lead in the early goings of this first half.
Smoke down in mid from both sides. Detroit gets a peek into window before that smoke blooms. I like that play there from 2Game. But the op is not going to be anywhere near mid. It's going to be holding deep connector instead, watching the cat run. It's a 4-man lean over towards the B side from 2Game. Bomb still in spawn. Utility will be exchanged up in apartments with BRN taking the bulk of that damage. Still not too much. 77 HP left. With this early utility exchange, the information plays. Both teams will keep 5 alive as the clock ticks down. 1:09 to go. Bomb leaning its way back towards A, and look at the A side defense. It's all focused on middle. Nobody's at ramp. Despite the distraction from PKL, you know there is somebody ramp now. Exit will respond to that. But 2Game might be playing too many cards, but hard to tell with the drop. Might just turn things around. BRN there for the trade. 2 players out towards middle. Good duel by Zureba. Exit in towards Khan. Op in window. Peeks out. Sees 3. Gets 1. Info plus kill. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Made in Brazil. Klim delivers. Big from Exit as well. That might just stymie this push. But PKL gets a drive-by and Exit. Don't know what he was looking at all. Nix on site is in a bit of a troubled spot as Klim DCs as well. Nix can't do it all. And MIBR fall victim to the technological gremlins at a critical stage in this round. And we're going to have a technical pause until both Exit and Klim can get back in. That is... Oh, wow. 4 players on MIBR knocked out. And I'm wondering if they're all on the same house internet.
Yeah, they got to be in a house. Yep, right there. You saw it. Exit. He just started shooting into the wall and dodging into the corner. He survived a lot longer than he probably should have, but he disconnected at that moment. Klim as well, right there in that final situation. It was, what, a 3v2 at one point, maybe even a 4v2 that caught by disaster. It's one of those things. Damage already done in the round. No chance to call a do-over. So hopefully those players will get back into the server quickly and we can continue this game. But very unfortunate turn of events for Made in Brazil, who now only find themselves up by 1 round at about the halfway point, just past the halfway point of this first half.
Yeah, round number 8 starting, getting into the back quarter of the first half. And there's a good opportunity for 2Game here. If you keep it close through the first half, you get your CT side of Mirage coming through, that's where your win condition is. That's where you might be able to get something done, steal away a map, and that begins the game in earnest. That really kicks off our grand final. If 2Game are able to get themselves this map, if they're able to take their pick, nuke doesn't matter as much, half as much, a quarter as much. In fact, they might have already written it off with their bets hedging on Inferno. And with Mirage and Inferno through as well, there definitely are some opportunities for these 2Game players on maps that are so comfortable to everyone who plays this game to be able to pick something special. And they've already shown they're taking advantage of the mistakes MIBR are giving them. This round, yeah, has an asterisk next to it. But the other 2, they won fair and square, and the damage they were getting in the other gun rounds, which MIBR won, is really where the focus should lie. Because MIBR are not playing strong, consistent, fundamental Counter-Strike. They're kind of just doing whatever they want. And they haven't been punished for it enough so far, but if they keep playing like this, they will be.
I feel like 2Game are reading into it. They're reading into it well. They're slowing things down. They're trying to punish that classic trademark Made in Brazil aggression. It has only gotten scarier thanks to that addition of Klim to the mix. So 2Game are doing well. They're coming back into it. Again, that round unfortunate, like you mentioned. But I don't think that second half is going to be easy. Even with a 7-5 or an 8-4 potentially in the favor of 2Game, it's still far from over. Keep in mind, Made in Brazil are aggressive, and that is home on the T side. It's far more easy to pull that off. In fact, they have a just shy of a 60% win rate on the T side of Mirage compared to a 41.9% win rate on the CT. So even if 2Game get that quote-unquote home field advantage on the defense, Made in Brazil similarly feel just as home as their opponents.
Yeah, I just want to see MIBR tighten things up. That's really what I want to see here. Why are you just playing without much care? Respect your opponent enough. Because 2Game is not a bad team. They're an experienced team. There's players on this roster who have played in majors. So, if you're MIBR, it's probably wise not to completely get out of your mental state. Because if 2Game take this map, and MIBR don't adjust, they don't start playing actual, proper, team-based Counter-Strike, and just keep pushing and overextending and peaking, then when it comes to the second map, MIBR might find it impossible to get into the right frame of mind. And that's a scary prospect too.
Very scary prospect. Additionally, Made in Brazil, you have to wonder, are they practicing with this 5? Are they comfortable at this depth? Because keep in mind, we mentioned Klim is a recent addition currently on loan. Another player currently on loan is Kickert, and I believe he's supposed to take the spot of Nyx on this team. So if there's any practice going on, you'd think it'd be with that 5, minus Nyx plus Kickert. And that just might mean things still aren't quite up to snuff. They might not have that depth required to pivot, given the fact that they are getting called out on those aggressive rounds. We are back into the action as well, ladies and gentlemen. Made in Brazil expectedly sent back to Pistols. They lost that round in rather heartbreaking fashion. And so once more, it's the secondaries to save up for the following. Deagles, a P250 and a 5.7, and the P250's burned down quite low. And Sani also tagged down to 32. Exit not long for this world underneath. Surely he doesn't survive here. PKL finds that hard. Zhao finishes Insani. Klim does offer some resistance. One, all he can really muster though. BRN and Nyx, the final pair, both coming from the connector side of things. Nyx actually in window. Still, that general direction. And Hard Zhao just spamming the smoke drops BRN with the MAC-10 and a little bit of extra cash in the coffer for him. He's found 2 kills and is looking for the 3rd on the SMG. But Nyx just going for exits. Does he have Kevlar? I don't believe he does.
Nope. He's got a smoke, that's it.
Something to save, I suppose, but
not really worth it.
Oh. Hard Zhao flying finds the headshot. AK picked up by Hard Zhao. Was dropped over to him. I think someone juggled it for him. So not only did he get the extra kill money from that flying MAC-10 shot, but he also got a rifle picked up to drop to his teammates. Quite good play economically from 2Game, who have tied up this game at 4 apiece.
4 apiece. And 4 more rounds to go in the first half of the first map in this grand final. Revenge tour for 2Game potentially. They've done a good job to keep pace with MIBR so far, taking advantage of MIBR's overextensions. The economic damage significantly helpful, as 2Game will waffle about early in this round, trying to bait out that aggression again. But look at MIBR this time, Nate. They're not taking the bait. The spinners in the water, 2Game are reeling it in. That shiny, enticing little metal piece is flickering around, reflecting all the light. MIBR are seeing it, but they've been bit before. They've been hooked before, and they've learned. This fish has wised up, and it's ready to fight. Detroit's op might just be the first victim as well. The fire goes into Con. The flashes come through, and Detroit clean win on BRN first, not deterred. Hard Zhao catches the timing, but Klim, one in ladder, knocks one down. Nyx is there to support on catwalk. The molly into Klim. He's able to stay alive for now. Nyx one more before he falls, and the op has been spotted. Shot rings out. The pistol for Detroit, who's got 3 on this round, and he might just get the 4th as well as exit. Turtle's backside open on A, and it's Hard Zhao to come over top the stairwell as 2Game will get a lead here in the first half of Mirage on the T side. And this timeout is not technical. It is purely tactical, and MIBR are hamstrung economically.
Yep, things are getting away from them. Good shot from Detroit to open up the round. This boost up totally caught Insani unawares, and that small compromise right there Right there with Klim lacking the helmet. It's a good call when they have AKs. A very good call. Saves you some cash on the CT side, but it can bite you, especially in that kind of scenario. The Opper whips out his secondary and gets the one-shot headshot. Very unfortunate for Klim. But again, he made the right read in that investment. Tactical pause will expire. We're back into it. Op still in play for Detroit. And it is a half buy for Made in Brazil. Their loss bonus now does allow for pistols, Kevlar, and MP9s. A little bit of utility as well for good measure, but the question is, can Made in Brazil connect to the shots? They've fallen very flat when they're on save and eco rounds.
Meanwhile, 2Game were able to get 2 kills on their one their one eco round number 2. They were able to bring at least that kind of economic damage, which has kind of been the tail of the tape for 2Game, even in the rounds they've lost, bar the pistol. They've been able to deal significant damage to the MIBR economy, and that's why whenever MIBR lose a round, they are back on nothing. They do have the MP9s here this time. This is the strongest half buy MIBR has had this entire game so far. Still not promising. And I'm becoming a little more bullish on 2Game. That's a good start, though, from Insani. No real trade either, as PKL does not want to activate, wary of somebody up in ladder like Klim. Nyx has fallen, however, 4 versus 4, and Klim's up on Ninja, which will not most likely be expected. 3 players leaning B. It's a gamble from MIBR. No reason not to, though, considering the buy. They might just strike it rich if they could shut down this push. The smoke's going to telegraph it. There's some flashes to go in as well. The trio of MIBR players is ready and waiting. Insani baiting in from back pillar. Exit has fallen. He was on rotation. Zareba. There goes BRN. Klim 1 for 1. Insani, who started the round, cannot end it. It's Detroit instead, who's really come alive here in these last few rounds. Which is a great thing for 2Game, especially once the side swap over to CT side, and MIBR on the T side. Detroit can be a menace if he keeps this up, but 2Game now, a 2-round lead. And Nate, what's even crazier, it's 6 in a row.
6 in a row. Done well to punish the economy. They made the first 4 rounds close. Immediately broke the economy of Made in Brazil with 1 round win, and from there, they kept pressing the gas. Made in Brazil similarly pushing the gas, but getting exploited time and again. 2Game are making the right reads and punishing the aggression. 3 kills before Klim can find something, but again, he's on an island and alone with his op. He'll find a second towards Khan, but he'll lose the Opper's duel. Detroit posted on the angle, waiting for the double dip, finds the trade. And so it's just Nyx in a 1v3. He's come through CT. I think he might have been spotted. Detroit's posted on the angle. The second Nyx walks out, he's dead. The barrel spotted, and the shot landed. Another kill for Detroit in the round. 2 for him from middle. And 2Game, a guaranteed lead going into the second half. Made in Brazil. Gonna buy what they can. Cobble it together. 2 FAMASs, 3 A1Ss. Lackluster utility. Don't think there's a kit either.
I don't see a diffuser.
Nope. Not mistaken then. 2Game seemingly can do no wrong right now. Made in Brazil are giving them the duels at the outset.
If you're a 2Game fan, I have some great news for you. They typically only have a 49% win rate on the offense. Contrast that with a 56% win rate on CT side. That dink onto PKL might ruin their chances in this round, as Exit will finish him off with the HE. But even winning the half out is above average performance for 2Game. Exit's got himself a second with the FAMAS, putting in some work, but of course Detroit is here for 2Game, and he's got himself 1. That cross, a little haphazard, takes Hards out very low, but Detroit adds another to his tally. 2 in the round to a 3 versus 3. Hards out and Detroit both low, bomb not yet planted, and the longer they wait, the closer Nyx gets on the CT rotation. That will cause problems once 2Game wants to plant no smokes. A Molotov and 2 flashes. The bomb is stuck at Firebox. They have to commit to this at some point. And Zureba in hell might just become that for MIBR. There's no way they expect him here. And that's a free kill onto Nyx. Exit around, spots the head towards fire. Can't land the shots. No utility for the CT side, and they know where he is. They're on the hunt. They're on the prowl. 2Game finally getting that bomb down. And Detroit, another, makes it the quad. Detroit to take this to an 8-4 half into the halftime break.
Four straight from Made in Brazil to start off the map, followed by an 8 straight round response from 2Game to steal away the lead from the first half. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic, and 2Game now on their favored side of Mirage, their map pick. Made in Brazil also on their favorite side. Almost a 60% win rate on the T side, but again, their lack of reps on this map, especially with their new star player in Klim, makes us wonder how deep the strat book really is.
How deep can it be? But if you have Klim, how deep do you need it to be? Klim go kill might be a viable strategy. And so far, he's had no real problem with Klim go kill. The only problem is the rest of the team has not been there to support him. If you add the bottom 3 kill counts for MIBR, you get 14 kills across 3 players. Klim has 16 on his own. And even Insani, not doing the best at 7 and 11. Everybody but Klim is negative on MIBR. Meanwhile, on 2Game, 3 out of 5 are positive, and one of those is 1 kill shy of double digits. Detroit has come alive. He's producing a boatload of cars. Good old-fashioned big block muscle. And he's taken this one by storm as well, been very instrumental in 2-game success. Hardzao creeping up, spots ahead, doesn't get the shot, and takes a dink on his cross. Detroit is around to help if there is a push from this T side, but they're not going to. MIBR playing incredibly passive on this pistol round. The bomb's still in spawn, and I'm wondering if they have a read that 2-game like to push. But either way, something's going to have to give eventually, and Hardzao is not going to get flushed out by the flames. Detroit's going to be here for the cross.
Detroit and his teammate in window. 2 players trying to hold. Good shot from Detroit on the first. Luquez, though, has taken a dink. It won't stop him, though. He'll still find one. BRN finally gets one. BRN gets 2, bringing it back to even footing. Luquez is low as well, and the bomb, I believe, will migrate around over towards A. Made in Brazil, showing us offense on the defense and defense on the offense, as they have gone incredibly slow in this round, but they have finally made up their mind. Jody being dropped up, thrown up, I should say, towards exit, who will throw a bit of an execute with a smoke and a flash. But these USPs are going to have the advantage at range. Keys in window, low on HP, trying to hold the pixel angle. Site is abandoned. Made in Brazil can go for the plant here, unless they want to fight CT instead. Nix, good shot onto the wounded Luquez. Second spotted as well. Information is there. Last player, PKL, is in window, and they're going to clear him out the hard way. BRN running forward, finds that shot as well. A hat trick for him in the round. Just the last player, CT, with the kit on his belt. No Kevlar. Sureba gets one. He has some time. Tap to try and pull them forward. Exit. Swinging out. Doesn't get the kill, but neither does Sureba, who just taps once again. Knife coming through in the smoke. BRN doesn't get the kill. Instead, it's Exit to secure the round over top from stairs. 5-8 as Made in Brazil take both pistol rounds.
Both pistol rounds is good, but they need a lot more. They need more than 4. They need more than 5. They're still down by 3. They have to find success in the gun rounds without losing a bunch of players. That was the beginning of their downfall. Then, yes, they had the disconnected round. That definitely had to explode the mental. But you've had time to recover. You just haven't. Maybe the halftime gave them some chance to regroup, get back into this one. And Sonny dive bombs in, but he's all alone with no support. And Hardzao, thanks to a great flashbang up top from Zureba, able to reposition and get himself a second. Still around for a third, spots the retreat of Nix. And there might be more, but 2-game are not going to fall into the same trap that MIBR stepped into. That is, over-aggressing after a couple of kills, after a pick or 2. They're just holding. They're making MIBR come to a choke point. And that may just be the difference as well. Discipline.
Could very well be. Dive bombing Galils and only Galils out of apartments against what could be MP9s is definitely one of the choices you could make.
Not even Galils, Nate. Galil singular. And then not clearing Cat at all. It's a free one from Luquez. Trades back. Klim's got 2, but he can't be the whole team here.
No chance. Does he have the bomb at least? Yes, he does. 3 HP, 20 seconds. Could go B and get the kill, but instead he's going to go CT, and Detroit can catch him. 3 HP, doesn't matter what gun you hit him with, he will go down. That's 3 rifles picked up. Now I have to wonder what Team Made in Brazil have in mind, because they didn't get the bomb plant, and they lost everything. What are they going to be able to buy? Maybe some pistols, some Tech 9s and armor. And I thought 3 players survived for 2-game. But there's only an AK and a Galil in hand. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe he didn't reach the Galil either way.
You know, Nate, I just found out how to fix Liquid.
How?
Plus Klim.
It's possible. Keep in mind, he's only on loan. I'm going to keep saying it every time I get the opportunity.
They're borrowing him. He's not permanent yet. And honestly, the way he's playing right now, I don't know if you'd want to let him become a permanent fixture of this MIBR team if you have that contract in your own possession.
Very good point.
That was MIBR's second tack pause as well, off the back of that second round loss.
We get 3 or 4, I can't recall.
3.
3 and then 1 more in overtime if it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, playing it slow, not getting aggressive. The opposite of their CT side, paradoxically. And I have not stopped calling that out. The 2-game are content just using the utility as they need to. Slow, smoking things off, getting close is Luquise. Not much utility left, though, for this defense. A Molotov and a Flashbang is all that's left on the belts. And the execute is coming in towards A. Luquise mollied out, trying to play at close angles, double dinked by Tech9. Now they continue to race forward. Made in Brazil looking to sow some chaos, and BRN's doing that flawlessly. A second secured, a rifle picked up, and he's still alive, albeit low on HP. Hardzal finds one, swiftly traded, however. And now 2-game have to fight their way back into the round if they want to have a chance at bat. Another found by Detroit. Sureba tagged low but gets the spray, and Detroit finds Insani through the wall. The last alive is Nyx. He's at a quiet map. He's in Palace, and he has to just play the bomb as best he can. Tap comes through. He's going to have to peek here momentarily. There's the information, but Sureba is so low. I'm not sure he wants to stick the defuse here. Detroit holding the angle as best he can. There goes the defuse as well. Very well-placed shot from Detroit. And 2-game bring it back from what was a very scrappy and chaotic disadvantage.
What a round from Detroit, not using his op, but destroying with the rifle. Just showing versatility there. Trying to show he's Klim's equal, if not his better. A technical pause before we begin the next round, number 16. That's a smart hold, too. Have faith in Detroit to hit the shot. At the very least, you should be able to get the defuse off. As Nyx is disconnected again, the first time we've seen players leave the server for MIBR. And really at this point, I'm starting to think it might have to be a case of looking towards Nuke for MIBR and our eventual third of Inferno if we do get that way. Because Mirage is quickly getting out of reach. And 2-game are kicking it into cruise control. Got a nice open highway ahead of them. Life is that highway, Nate. They're looking to ride it all map long, straight to victory.
Yes, they are. And again, we talked about it. Made in Brazil's individuals simply aren't hitting their shots. Klim's still doing well for himself. Sure, he's quieted a bit, but he hasn't had the op in hand. He looked like the only sign of hope in the anti-force spy in the second round of this half. Meanwhile, everybody else has been mostly absent. Bjorn has had a moment or two, and Insani as well early on in the first half, but he's been entirely quiet ever since. This is not the MIBR I used to know. Granted, that's because Klim's here. But it used to be Insani, the one being enabled, still finding ways to make things look scary, and the individuals around him having moments. I knew things would change with the addition of Klim and given his performance, but I still thought Insani would be right there with them, op and rifle. One blow than the other, no escape. Yet, right now, it's simply not the case.
Yeah, it just seems there's been an overall drop in quality and focus from MIBR when you look at the first 4 rounds to what we've seen in the 11 since. It's just not been there. And even those 4 rounds, in the gun rounds, we'll say the last 2 rounds of those 4, not the anti-eco or that pistol, but the 2 actual gun rounds they had, they weren't clean. they weren't great rounds of Counter-Strike. And those issues that were rearing their heads, just slightly peeking the surface, have now led into an absolute streak for 2Game. 10 in 11 rounds for them, as we're back on the tech pause. I love that little graphic, though.
Oh, yeah, the revamp.
plug.
I wasn't expecting it, but it's unreal.
So good.
Everything is so clean.
Yeah.
Tech pause. I like the hourglass with the sand pouring out during the tech pauses.
Yeah, the whole new HUD revamp. It's our first time getting to cast with it, and it is absolutely beautiful. So hats off to the creative team that put this together.
Absolutely stunning, the graphical package.
I love the little green accent, too.
Oh, yeah, the green, the neon green, lime green accent is perfect. And it comes...
Gives me full, like, NVG vibes.
Yes, it does. I like how, at least for us, it coincided with the animation updates and the audio cue updates for most of the guns and the utility.
Yeah.
So it really does make the game feel very fresh and different.
Yeah, and then you also have the little pattern on the HP bar.
Yep.
As well, just little details that are really nice. And just when you think you've seen everything they can do with HUDs, but make more. Make them better. I don't know how.
Wondering about BRN's assault rifle here. Did he invest into this?
I still got $24.50. So actually, I think it's dropped over by Exit.
Oh, I didn't even notice Exit had $500.
Yeah, BRN's got the vest. Exit has $500. P250 for Clem. And
sticking with one investor. Okay.
I guess they're going all in on BRN.
It's a call, and BRN is caught immediately. He's the one player caught. He was third in line, and he's the only one found. It's hard, South, taking a lot of damage, but doing his best to make a Brazil impression to find the opening. And no one has armor. No one else on the MIBR side in the MIBR camp has Kevlar. A fiasco of a start for them. Yep, nobody did have the money if they wanted to actually save proper. You're right. But with that kill, it feels like an 11th is a conclusion that is all but guaranteed for 2Game.
Yeah, definitely a foregone one. And of course, with Detroit knocking the rifle down, well, there's one kill from the AK now held by Insani. But so far, the rifle player has been the only one to fall. Nobody else has died yet for MIBR, aside from the man who holds the Kalashnikov. Insani goes up over top on stairs, the boost to try and gain some ground, maybe yield a plant, which would be very difficult considering the positioning of the MIB or the 2Game CTs. And there, third player to die, also holds the cursed gun. The rest fall shortly, but the bomb plant out of that round is a little more than a small victory from MIBR. That'll get them the money back for BRN. Exit will be on a little bit of a light buy. Galil with armor, most likely a little bit of utility. He could go AK, armor, no util. We'll see what he goes for here. But MIBR running out of racetrack. There's not too many laps left here. They'll have to put rounds on the board and quickly. 1 round margin for error. And they need 8 to win in regulation, 7 to get to OT. And if 2Game can get 8 in a row, MIBR should be thinking, why can't we do that too? Is that their mentality? Who knows? We'll have to find out. This is half unravels. Just like this game has for MIBR. If you're just joining us, a 4-0 start has turned into 11-5 the other direction. MIBR's opening. A flash in a pan. A mirage on the horizon. And Detroit has taken over top of the scoreboard for everybody. Hardzow not far behind him. A former Pain Man is bringing it against MIBR. The nade stack up top deals with one. Zureba doubles down as the B anchor gets the hat trick. Lukey's there for the top mid player. And 2Game to map point on their pick on Mirage. And looking for that dish best served cold. and in a grand final. Revenge.
Stunning performance from 2Game, keeping up the pressure in middle, collapsing in off the opening. And very good utility usage as well to force those players out, to flush them into less than ideal angles. Made in Brazil, scrounging together what they can. Deagle, Galils, a couple AKs. Detroit's op, though, you mentioned it. Stunning. 3.0 KD for him, as you mentioned, top of the board in the server. Now it's Lukiza's turn. Crouch angle held, stands up, catches Insani. Up of Detroit, another miss, but it's still, never mind, it's not standing. It's caught through the box by Klim. Back to even footing. Maybe a chance for Mid in Brazil to make this one last a little bit longer. I say that, and again, Sureba gets a multi-kill. 2K from CT, and he's still kicking. The player sandwich stuck between two players. Sureba quadruples down in the round. And 2Game make a statement victory in the opening map of the series. 13-5, a far cry from their last head-to-head in the upper final.
That one, a great turnaround from 2Game. They lost the first 4, and they turned it around, winning 13 of the next 14. They take their map pick against Made in Brazil, and we'll head to Nuke here in just a bit.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my I can run this town. I can run this town. I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. I can run this town. I can run this town. No more doubt about me. I can run this town. Don't you know I got the
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
2Game came out the gates swinging in their rematch versus Made in Brazil, taking their own map pick 13-5 on Mirage. Once they lost the first 4 rounds, they really did not look back, winning 8 in a row, stumbling on the second half pistol, and then closing it out cleanly. Boggs, it could not have been more of a statement, having lost both pistols, yet still winning 13-5.
Winning 13 of the last 14 rounds, too, is such a strong streak from 2Game. And while they might not have started off with 4 rounds on the board, they still did the damage against the riflery of MIBR to make those rounds costly. To when they got their first win in round 5, MIBR were on nothing but pistols. And that is what began the snowball from 2Game. And for MIBR, they really only have themselves to blame in the way that they played, just complete over-aggression on the CT side, losing too many extra players, putting themselves in bad positions. Yeah, they got unlucky with 1 round, but that's just 1. As they get a couple of quick kills on the entry here, Exit and Insani have opened up the B site. They're going to plant lower. PKL and Detroit rotating in. Detroit had a massive game as well for 2Game. Definitely a big reason for their success in that last one. But here on Nuke, MIBR looking to start off and continue their strength. Klim gets 2, maybe the 3rd. Yes, he does. All headshots for him as well. And MIBR, 3 for 3 on the pistols. And yet, Nate, so far across these first 2 maps, they've only won 6 rounds.
Yep, and the biggest question to me, Boggs, is will the individuals wake up on Made in Brazil's side of the equation? They looked good in the pistol. They always look good in the pistol. They even looked good individually for the first 4 rounds of that first map. But after that, everybody fell flat, barring the young gun of Klim. We'll have to see if it's... Yes?
Look at the double mag 7x.
Oh my goodness.
You, but double mags.
Hards out in Detroit. They're forced by on the CT side of Mirage when they lost the pistol, won the round and basically sealed the map off the back of it. Question is, will they be so lucky in this one? Made in Brazil going far slower than they did in the second round of Mirage on their T side.
I love the double swag 7. PKL with a 5-7 out as well. Zareba, the MP9, can definitely do some damage. He's next in line with PKL, and Sonny doesn't hit anything. PKL takes him down, half HP gone, but that will be an upgrade most likely for Zareba. Get the AK into his hands, get the MP9 into PKL, who can jump around corners, deal some damage. Hardzow's out in lobby as well, which is such a strong position. Detroit in heaven. Mag 7 out. Hardzow down, but 1 for the swag. Will not get the second, though. Exit there to trade. But look at the damage Nyx took because of the Hardzow push. 3 versus 3, but the HP favors the CT side. And PKL, spot onto Klim, gets the kill. A little bit labored, but not too bad. Exit and Nyx, last alive. Exit on top of lockers, hoping he doesn't get plucked apart, plucked away, and that's exactly what happens. Long range damage, but PKL is gone. 1 from Luke, he's on the low HP player up top. And now the MAC-10 into the open, and 2Game again. The CT side force claims blood, and that is a heads up play from Zareba to spray the AK over to Lukey's as we're knotted at 1 apiece. Early days on the map pick of MIBR, but once again, a feral force spy from 2Game.
Creative with the Mag 7s as well. holding choke points, biding their time. Again, 2Game controlling the spacing, controlling key choke points. Looking very good. Like an entirely different team in this one. Luquise at ramp behind Unbreakable, going to have himself tested. Detroit is here at J-Hall, and Detroit will find 2 here before BRN takes him down. Luquise still stuck back of Unbreakable, and again support, this time coming from PKL, who finds 1. He can just exit, who is shown the door by Hard Zao. A quick one for the defense, the CT side. They make that one very quick and very succinct, only losing Detroit as well. And Made in Brazil should now be on a save because of it.
And so far, 2Game now 15 of 17. If you isolate everything past those first 4 rounds at MIBR 1, it has been all 2Game. Yeah, it's still early on Nuke, but considering it's the same pattern that we saw in Mirage, I think you have to take this into consideration. Look at the nade damage on the double stack up Silo. Detroit will get the high HP player, so Klim, who's been tagged down to 21, still going to be wounded and hemorrhaging up top. It is just Glocks for MIBR, but if you're 2Game, you really want to minimize your casualties and get yourself a very strong economic foothold into the early side of CT Nuke. Get all those extra bits of utility. Nice flick by Detroit. Another good shot from him. Zareba catches Breno just dropping down into vents. And Hard Zao will get the last flawless round on the anti-Glock. Good stabilizing one from 2Game. And now, MIBR will be back on the bye, but they will lack something specific. And that is the op for Klim. It is gone.
It's the one thing that really kept Detroit in check as well. Once Klim didn't have reliable access to his op, I'm not saying Klim slowed down necessarily, but there was no one to rival him outright. Once there was no op for him to worry about, Detroit just took over Mirage. We talked about it, he was at one point 21 and 7 with a 3.0 KD. So Klim, even though this map doesn't really suit itself to the op on the T side, I'd still like to see it come through. Unless Made in Brazil have a very new way of approaching that kind of angle that we haven't seen yet, given the lack of rifles.
Wow. He's all the way through Squeaky. It's the second time he's gotten super aggressive. And Detroit's going to play the Kenny S fall back over in towards lower tunnels. Gets the first, backs to the next corner, backs again. Now it's an old reference, but it's been played the same for, geez, close to a decade now.
And Hard Zao's not overextending either. We talked about that being a big issue for Made in Brazil. Not the same situation for 2Game. Hard Zao's in through Squeaky, sure, aggressive, but he's still not pushing too far forward. There's a player in Hut who probably will be blindsided given enough time. 2 kills, now 3 kills going unanswered for 2Game. 4 in total on the round. And that player I mentioned at Hut has yet to make a move. He finally slinks out towards A, but he has no bomb and he has nowhere to go. He's effectively boxed in. And at this point, it looks like he might just be trying to save the rifle for the following. Question is, will 2Game let Nyx survive? And honestly, I don't think so. Hard Zao. There we go. Finally gets that kill off the aggressive push into Squeaky. 2Game, a tear, 4 rounds in a row, and Made in Brazil are looking very lost on this T side.
Incredibly lost on this T side. Just wandering aimlessly in the wilderness. No goal, no direction, no North Star. Meanwhile, 2Game just did a flawless full-on gun round. And look at how evenly distributed the kills are right now for 2Game. 6, 5, 5, 3, 1. Zareba is 1 and 1. He's seen 2 people. He's got 1 of them. The rest of the squad, positive, pretty heftily. No real issues there.
And keep in mind, all of them died on pistol. So Zareba and the Luquise have not died since round 1.
Yep. And PKL and Hard Zao have only died twice.
Detroit 3 times, but still not bad. This is a very flawless start. Look at the money. 10K in the bank for Hartzao, 10K for PKL.
And one of those for Detroit was the Mag 7 round.
Oh yes, round 2. This one should be relatively clean as well. Pistols. Spam.
Could be triple flawlesses here for 2 game if they're careful.
All 5 outside yard. No, one is still lurking inside. That's a Nix once more. This time he's in trophy. And Sonny will get more control because the op isn't down here. Hard Zhao now making his way through. Needs to be careful. Down to T-Con. Here they come. Running forward, Hard Zhao. Good clean on the first, but now 2 more are running down his direction. Luki's on the ramp, gets nothing, but Hard Zhao holds it down towards D-Con. He finds another pair, and BRN, he raced out double doors. He now has an AK, but no room to plant the bomb. At this point, he's going for kills. Swinging through, he will find one. He'll find a second. Okay, now things are doable. He focused on kills. Now he has a window of opportunity. Up the ladder, he'll race. He will have the A site and a bomb plant as well. And there is a very real way he wins this. Hard Zhao is low on HP. Detroit's in heaven. A headshot angle is not where you want to be fighting with an op. BRN is caught by the op. Not by the rifle proper, but instead by the Tech 9. Defuse will come through, but BRN did well to finally make a round costly for 2 game.
Finally comes through, but the money, as you mentioned, is overflowing for 2 game. Their coffers are rich and packed, and they've already got 5 on the CT side of Nuke. Again, the last time these 2 teams met, it was a 13-4 victory for Made in Brazil on this very map just 2 days ago on the 20th of September. And now 2 game, hot off the back of a brilliant win on Mirage, carrying that momentum over onto Nuke. And Detroit, aggressive into lobby, continues 4th and nicks his first victim of the round. Detroit backs away and rotates outer yard to look for another. But PKO in the meantime has fallen. A site the target. 1 top silo, 1 top hut. Exit coming in. Will he get the drop is the question. Detroit outer yard again. Another kill. Cannot get the 3rd just yet and will not be allowed. Exit denies. Breno, 2 on the entry, leaving Lukis, who's been revealed, but he's able to slip through the gap in the flames, and he might just get the drop. No, Exit's ready for it. And so for the first time in 5, MIBR finally get around the board. The op is picked up for Klim as well. But the money again for 2 game. Enough for a buy. Although it is starting to run dry, they can get all their utility and everything else again. Enough for 1 more in the bank. But if they can isolate this MIBR round, surround it by blue, it just becomes a drop in the ocean and a negligible effect of the overall scope of this second map.
So when the Opto, a big pickup for Klim. He has been silent. He got 3 kills in the pistol round and nothing since. Should help him with his confidence individually. Detroit, though, still has his op in hand as well, reinvested as you mentioned, and their coffers are so bountiful they can even buy again should they lose this round. PKL spamming is the one to find the opening. Exit showed the door early in the round. And a second player spotted crossing secret. They're trying to fight PKL, but he's not going to give the fight, at least not cleanly. He's going to toy with the idea and instead let Hard Zhao go for the fight instead towards Mini. Hard Zhao double dipping. Yes, he is. It's PKL instead to get the kill. BRN gets the trade. And Made in Brazil's hopes and dreams have ridden on the back of Breno. Nix, a good timing out onto A, but Breno still stuck in towards Garage. And he has the bomb as well. Needs to find another Detroit walking up out of secret. Walks into the angle. He still gets the shot, though. And Nix, he opened up the A site, but now he has to pick up the bomb. 35 seconds left. He might even go for the save. With 30 seconds, it seems like that might be his only opportunity in this round. 2 game, as you mentioned, an opportunity to isolate the victory. And they do so very successfully in round 8.
Well done on that little bait and switch play between two longtime teammates, PKL and Hardzao. Going back years to the original Pain Gaming days. So long ago now, yet seems like yesterday. And just the way they executed that. Distracting, playing off of each other. PKL's goal in that first engagement was to do nothing but draw fire, draw attention. Allow either Detroit or Hardzao to pop out and catch somebody blind. It's exactly what happened. And MIBR fall for it cleanly. Yeah, Breno brings it back a little bit. He's been the only bright spot for this MIBR T side, really. Klim has gone silent. Insani. Comatose. The 2 game. Just playing their game. No real issue, no real problem. Considering they just took down Bestia yesterday, they're in some good form. But this is a roster with some pieces that can definitely do damage, especially the experience on PKL and Hardzao.
You can't undersell the experience. Cannot undersell it. It gives them reads, it gives them a depth of strat put together, as you mentioned. Detroit keeping it up. He's easily able to write off the experience from his teammates. I was worried this one was going to be one-sided, and yet it is in the opposite direction I expected. PKL trying to get proactive for 2 game, doing their best MIBR impression. Caught out by Exit, who is dinked. Less than a minute left, though, and MIBR are pivoting over towards A. Klim catches Lukiz in the meanwhile. Sureba on site is going to be tested. So many players running. He has, but this is a big ask. He finds the bomb. So many angles, so many diametrically opposed angles. Hardzao supports for 1. Sureba, though, caught looking by Exit. And that leaves Detroit, the Opera, in a 1v3. Might attempt something. If he can get a kill as the bomb goes down, maybe there's a chance. It's the spot. Backs away. He's going to still try for it. Good shot onto a 1-wall blind, but Insani is there holding the angle for the trade. MIBR back to their winning ways for the moment with a 3rd round on the board, but still a ways to go. 4 would give them enough breathing room, I think, going into the CT side.
Yeah.
This is a map. They're not necessarily T-sided, but they definitely do like it just as much, maybe even a little bit more given their overall play style.
Yeah, and for MIBR, it's pretty much identical. 54.1 to 53.3% CT to T side win rate percentage. Meanwhile, for 2 game, they're heavily defensive. Only 39.8% win rate on the attack in 12 maps. Not exactly a stellar resume for the second half. Maybe they've had enough to change that. Maybe they have the reads, maybe they have the confidence. Definitely have put the pressure on MIBR so far. Just clean up this half, and go into the second with as big a lead as you possibly can. Sounds simple when I say it like that. That, however, may make things a little unsimple for MIBR, otherwise known as complicated. But nobody's in the vicinity to hear that flame tick. I don't know if Hardzao is able to pinpoint that from his position. That might just give 2 game a false sense of security. Good rotation from PKL, though. And this old duo, 1 dismantled. Lukiz has to stand tall on ramp. Gets the first, backs away, still holding the angle. PKL in the vent, a chance for another, swings out, good duel. Lukiz another, but he's finally fallen. 3 versus 2 to hold down the site. PKL on site, doesn't hear the doors open. That is a massive blunder. A wide open window for MIBR. Molotov up, bomb goes down, and the rotations are split. 1 ramp and 1 through secret stairs. As Detroit with the M4 gets domed by Klim and Zureva. He's been good on the anchor, but he's going to have to do it all on his lonesome. 1 versus 2, a kit and no more. Time quickly running out with that first duel. Clean taps the next, has the read, and he's holding. Klim not peeking. Pros don't fake, and Klim knows it. In the nick of time, he hits his shot. And MIBR will get themselves to 4. And the money, not all the way dashed for 2Game, but 2 of their members at 2,000. And what does Hardzao go for? But the old Bank of Fnatic itself. Another Mag 7.
The classic shotgun. Detroit has his op in hand again. I liked that play at the end. I don't know if you caught it. He was using the 5-7 before he picked up that A1. He dropped the op away so that MIBR couldn't pick it up if they won the round or if they fouled him. Very heads up. And the op this time is at ramp. It's been moving around the map, and it does not miss this time around either. It catches Klim, and there's no possibility for trade. MIBR don't force the issue. They don't run out to run down the op. And in the meanwhile, Insani, trying to make up space elsewhere, is similarly caught alone. The 2 individuals you really look to shine taken down. It's Exit to drop the keys to at least get a trade. It's not the Mag 7 up top of Hut. It's instead the MP9 of Sureba. It's at a quiet map. This is a good opportunity to find the AK. And actually, the Mag 7's right next to him, in fact. Could be a deadly duo. BRN, Nobreno finds one. The Mag 7's caught jumping. Never mind, it was cursed. Now PKL in heaven has to do a lot. 1 and 2 running out. It's a 1v2 now for Nyx. On the site, he'll find the trade at long last, but Detroit has the information, and he has the surprise factor. Nyx has no idea where he is. Detroit should wait for the bomb tick. No, he's gonna walk out. Hoping to catch Nyx rotating. Instead, he's caught looking the wrong direction. A massive clutch for Nyx to counter the tremendous individual play from PKL. And MIBR now in the last round of the half have a potential to tie things up.
Yeah, a couple of overextensions, a couple of mistakes that 2Game make are punished. That one by Detroit, the overextension out heaven, the biggest of them all. So MIBR with a great opportunity to tie things up heading into the second half of their map pick. And the buy for 2Game, it's poor. There's no way to sugarcoat this. 2 MP9s, 2 FAMASs and a Mag 7. Minimal utility. No defuse kit. You have to win via elimination or a quick defuse. This is a scary situation now for 2Game as they find themselves facing a similar look that MIBR did in the first map. Good amount of aggression towards lobby though. They clear together and Nyx does not let them go. He overstays. He shoots too quick. And he's taken down. Yeah, he did damage. But that is a big amount of information for 2Game. And now look at the rotations. They have players in hell. Rotations up top. One outside is the bomb. And it's walking into the trap. No, we'll take the smart way. Go high when they go low. And Hardzao, the Mag 7 gone. Zureba, the anchor. One dome. Can he get the second? Yes. Looks for more. Insani, the third man in. Will be backstabbed by PKL, flying up the ladder. An exit as his teammates fall down to the depths of hell. The last one standing. No time, no bomb, and no hope. 7-5 for 2Game as they'll take a tenuous lead into the second half on their opponent's map pick.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. pass up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh.
Two game leads 7-5 as they hit the second half of map number 2. Their less favorite side. It's Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic. And Boggs, for the first 5-ish rounds, I really thought we were going to see a catastrophic repeat of map number 1 for Made in Brazil. Yet they lock in, they bring it together, and the individuals who were silent on map 1 bring their team to a very close scoreline heading into the second half.
Yeah, and the dual Berettas are out for Breno. See if he's going to be able to do the damage. There is no kit for the CTs. So bomb plant here from 2game can turn into a big problem for their opposition. But MIBR were able to salvage a lot of that happen. And Sonny with 2 exit with the next will just about spell doom on the next pistol round for 2game. Zureba 1 and done. 4 for 4 on the pistols for Made in Brazil. And 2game will be on nothing but Glocks here. No bomb plant to bolster a force. We should have a tie ball game heading into round 15. Which is going to open up the opportunities for MIBR to claim their map pick. But of course, if a couple of kills come through from the Glocks, then we might have a similar situation to what we had on Mirage. After MIBR won the pistol, won that anti-eco a little bit roughly, won that first gun round, suffering heavy casualties. Same with the second gun round, and then 2game got on the board and never looked back.
Didn't. Straight rush out of ramp. No clean kill for Nyx, but he'll fall away. Wise call. BRN. Breno, excuse me. Dropping down, looking towards J-Hall, finds one. The FAMAS is a fickle spray, and Breno learns the hard way, and Sonny holds the gun down, though, doesn't let that FAMAS be recovered. An exit puts that final nail in the coffin. 7-7 as you prophesied. MIBR looking to take a lead for the first time since the pistol round of the first half. 2game. Gonna get an investment, but it's not a pretty one. They have AKs, they have 5 smokes, but they're lacking a utility on Luquise, Hardzao, and PKL, and that might make things difficult if we have to wait for the mid-round.
Oh, fast exec might be their play. They're not setting up for it. A couple of early pressures towards ramp. Most of their players in lobby with a lurk outer yard in the form of Luquise. Nothing too special though from 2game yet, as that smoke on ramp will fade and Nyx will be forced to face. He spots the bomb as it peeks first. That's a bold move, Cotton, and it pays off for at least the opening kill. Luquise is discovered, and the rotations are coming down to B, as 2game are going to keep on flying. They don't want to waste time, but they're really out of utility. 2 towards radio. Flash goes deep, and the bomb drops. So does Detroit. Zureba salvages it? No, not yet. The objective rests on the scaffolding. And Sonny over towards double doors, swinging around, Hardzao in, good duel one, Klim next around. Those doors close, but Decon may open to try and clean out this lower site. Good little combo with Breno, as Ureba, the last man standing, can do nothing to stop Made in Brazil, who face heavy casualties, but are still able to keep themselves above water and get their first lead in this series since 4-3 on Mirage.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. They were up 1-0 at the start of this map, buddy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
4 for 4 in pistols means you were leading at least 2 different points, okay?
You're right. Does that really count?
No, not at all. No, it does not. 2 game. Have some pistols at least thanks to the loss bonus. It should be about max now. Like 9's a deagle. Some utility for some luck. But they are effectively choked out at this choke point. They will finally get through. Luquise, though, pays the price as Exit drops him through the smoke. Hardzao gonna race down in the B. He'll get the bomb plate as well. He has it on his back. Ooh, he fakes it. Nyx, though, does not throw Molotov, so the bomb will hit dirt. Now, this is kind of awkward.
You might say it hits
MIBR.
Peter, because that's what they were looking for.
It is, but now it's awkward because they have to rotate around the long way, give space to the rotating T players, and this is where things get awkward. This is where Tech-9s thrive. These close angles, they get neglected. Sureba, Hardzao. They knew it was a possibility, but they aren't doing their diligence. Klim and Nyx try to bring it back. They get 3 between them, and they do actually get the final 3 kills as well. The defuse will come through, but the Tech-9s, with that a bit of chaos and extra pep in the step, really can throw a wrench into things. Luckily, though, MIBR do keep things under wraps in the end.
But here comes the guns for 2 game. MIBR, they've brought it back. 4 on the bounce into this CT half of Nuke. But where else did they start off with 4 to kick things off in a half on the CT side? Was not that long ago where they had a 4-round lead on Mirage, and it all faded away. I like this double push through vending. He sprayed a little early though, and Hardzao knows what's up. The op falls back. Smart move by MIBR. Don't overstay your welcome. You got your info. Now back off. Don't let those Mirage demons come back to rule you. Klim, though, has taken serious damage. He's down to 5-6 HP. And that is a problem. Hardzao's disconnected, but the damage onto Detroit and Klim will negate a restart. This round is live. 55 to go. Down through Secret Tunnel. 3 players march.
They go
One lurking outer yard. They're running out of time.
Yeah, I almost wonder, do you go up the vents and try to catch someone out there?
I think they were debating that with PKL coming up heaven, but they don't really have the time. They get stuck in that choke point, it's over. They have to make their way on B, and the bomb has fallen. 2, 1 from Klim, 1 from Nyx. MIBR read it like a book with 2 players on ramp. Detroit will try and save, as will his in-game leader PKL. And will Detroit be allowed to save is a better question.
Are they going for it? 10 seconds. They could get the plan if they get this kill.
Oh!
8
He's got
seconds.
the wall bang.
Got it. He's
This
got
is
it.
winnable.
No, he missed it. He missed the bomb. Does he have time?
I think so.
It's really close. It's really close.
Oh my gosh, this is winnable.
Winnable, but improbable. All 3 are grouped up.
Is it
back
improbable? There's no smokes. It's flashes.
PKL, if he gets caught here, then it's very awkward, but he finds 2! The 3rd spotted by Detroit. Just play it together at this point. You found the advantage. Make it work. And somehow they might just pull this back from the brink.
It's planted for him. Time.
Tani,
It's over.
it's got to be over. And Tani will try to stick. No, he'll just try to get out, get an exit, and he will get the exit. No time, though. Might as well attempt it. There's no chance he survives. That's the bomb radius on this map. We haven't gotten to harp on it just yet in this series, but the bomb radius on this map is massive. Obtusely so. So Insani goes down. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying Insani goes down with the ship. Nothing he can do there, but still, 2Game are going to be kept humble in their economy because of that loss of everybody in the server.
Keep in mind, too, 2Game did not have Hard Zao for the entirety of that round. That was a 4v5 at the beginning. And then it was a 2 versus 4.
And they still pulled it off. And it was down to the wire. Literally 4 seconds. They couldn't find the bomb. Detroit ran right by it. He was probably looking at the map trying to find it.
Yep, gets it in the nick of time. And they claim victory. That double spray from PK was disgusting, too.
Yeah. That sealed the round.
It did. And he's having a map, too. 14 and 12.
Yep, him and Detroit atop the board for the team. Klim has woken up, though, as has Insani, to complement the rest of the team on the MIBR side of things. So it's still far from over. MIBR still have the lead. They still have an investment. But if 2Game can weather the storm here, they can tie it up. They will have the advantage in the next round because it'll be a save. There's a chance for 2Game to get to 10 before MIBR, and if they can continue to roll that momentum forward, there's a world where they somehow pull this off on the T side of Nuke.
Hard Zao is chipped down very low, though. Doesn't do much to his opponent. Exit takes a little bit of damage, but the op is in the hands of Klim, and there is no big green for Detroit to exploit. More lobby control from 2Game. I would like to see them do a little more outer yard play with the guns, honestly. Just try and get some picks here. But they're going towards ramp into the op of Klim. A very dangerous proposition. Precisely why. PKL, though, a ding through the floor has done damage to Klim. Nix and Insani, however, 2 for the price of 1. Oh, Exit and Luke Keys, freebie for him. 3 versus 2, favoring the CTs, the bomb at their feet. Klim with a spot, but he doesn't get the shot, has to run away. That's opening some space for Lukiz. And where is Hard Zao? He's outside. Breno, tucked in second vents, is safe. But Hard Zao could ruin the day. The other 2 players on ramp side. But I know he's kind of expecting something this direction. Hard Zao clears him, but not well enough. Luki's in a 1 versus 3. This is nigh unwinnable. The bomb at the feet of Klim.
Do you want to save?
Might have to save.
Do you want to? You're going to have 450 in the bank if you save.
What's the loss bonus second round?
They won the last round. So I'm not sure.
So it resets by 1. Like -1, I think.
Yeah, I can't keep track of it every single round. That's too much work. I think we might be at 2. Maybe 3.
I think we're second round.
Good shot.
I think this saves the right call, honestly.
They had more money than I thought they would. They were around 3K, so they can get some Tech 9s around it. And if they get the bomb plant, he might be okay into the next. Okay is a stretch, but you know, Galil.
That's okay. I count that as okay.
Better than you'd think. MIBR, though, the ones in the driver's seat. 10-8. 3 away from closing out this map. It wouldn't be as clean as last time, but it'd still be a solid victory. Smokes down for the cross. This player back of guard box, though, and Klim. Rare miss from the op. A second as well. Lightning strikes twice. Klim, there we go. Finally secures it. Lukiz desperately trying to find something. Nothing given, though. 4 versus 5, minute left in the round. And MIBR, knowing they're locked out of yard, quickly fall back to lobby instead. They're going to group. Detroit's at the helm. He has the rifle and the bomb on his back. Smokes, the initial barrage, or initial pair of barrages, I should say, have subsided. Now they can go out in one direction or the other. They're going to play the trading game. Snake out one direction or the other. Maybe one player will go towards Squeaky instead. This should be a straight play out of Hut. Breno challenged first. No helmet. One shot, headshot. Exit now back of old vents. Finds 2, but Detroit finds another in response. 2 versus 3. Bomb hits dirt. We've seen 2Game win these kinds of rounds before. Can they do it again? Insani in heaven doesn't clear it out. He's caught. Detroit swaps to the Deagle, and Hard Zhao now has a rifle as well. Detroit hitting the reload, caught by the swing, and so it's Hard Zhao. Recovered rifle in a 1v2. He's at Hut. Probably expected at this stage. Nick's up top, drops down. Klim has the op. It's an awkward weapon for this kind of duel, but the Molotov at this point seals the deal. Hard Zhao spams out of desperation. Klim runs in to try and get the kill.
Wow.
Instead, Hard Zhao gets both, but loses the round in the process.
He loses the round, but he does some good damage here. It's not going to be a strong buy overall for MIBR. Breno limited to an MP9, and Sani probably around the same unless he goes for a FAMAS. And the couple of misses from Klim at the beginning did open a door, but it was really Detroit on that M4A1 that gave 2Game the shot. He gets a little too comfortable, goes for the reload, and that's his undoing. If he stays on the tech, he might have won that fight. It would have been a different story. A lot of ifs, whats, ands, or buts. It's not going to make a difference here. 11-8. 3 rounds the difference. 2 separate MIBR and Inferno. Detroit has his op. So does Klim. AKs on the rest of the squad. Good amount of utility for 2Game. The faster A play coming in here. PKL shut down by the MP9. Luki's flashed out. Gets the tray, but exit is around. The smoke towards Squeaky, keeping him alive as Detroit will strike. Nyx has fallen. 3 versus 3 now. Flashes from both sides, and Sani backs in J. And Hard Zhao will hold, advancing slowly now as contact has been made. I like this rotation from Klim down towards Secret. You have an idea of what can go on. The 2Game don't have to commit. There's a good amount of time they can still rotate around. Make a play somewhere else. And as they stall, MIBR begin to sweat. The pressure mounts, especially as MIBR need this map to stay alive. They lose it, they're out, they're done. 2Game claim the qualifier spot.
2Game stall has worked before. We saw it in the round where Hard Zhao disconnected.
And he's still here this time.
Yeah, and it's a far more favorable kind of situation. 3 versus 3.
No util, though.
If this decon door is swung, then things get weird. Flank comes down from Sureba. Klim will swing double doors instead. Exit gets the kill, but the bomb does it dirt. Hard Zhao up top is being slowly picked away by 1,000 bullets over towards Decon. And Detroit is instead caught from the very same angle. Hard Zhao now has to do it all. He gets one on the Klim and is immediately traded. The op goes all in on holding towards double doors and is instead caught from Decon. Unsure of why Detroit was so confident in holding that angle. That spells disaster for the offensive 2Game, who now need 4 in a row to get to overtime.
Yeah, I think MIBR might be able to salt this one away. Yeah, there's a strong buy from 2Game, but this T side has been far from effective for 2Game. They've only won 1 so far this half. Meanwhile, 7 for MIBR. I know it's a few World Cups ago now, but this half is a very famous scoreline between Brazil and Germany. But at least right now, Brazil can't lose. So there is that.
Chu is on the other foot.
Ooh, nice little tag by Klim onto Hard Zhao. The spam betrays his position. And Klim's going to have to get tagged and fall away himself here.
Awkward. 5 versus 5, lots of damage spam-wise and utility-wise, but no kills to be spoken of. Smoke down, Luquise is going to run the gauntlet. Does he go in to Mini, or does he cross around towards Unbreakable? Lots of niche angles. He goes into Mini. 1 found. Spam comes through in response. BRN Brando gets 2. 3 potentially no, but Nyx is there for the trade and the double down. Critical time for him to come alive. It's Detroit now in a 1v3. He's gotten the first on the op, but he cannot rival the likes of Klim, who swung around up heaven and secures the map 13-8 in favor of Made in Brazil. They bring it back. They win their map pick. Now they send us off to the decider, to Inferno, to determine who will win this ESL Challenger League Season 50 South American Cup number 2. We'll take a break, and when we return, we will have the decider.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like a takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. Feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. I'll keep going till my speaker come low. I'll keep going till my speaker come low.
Map 1 started well for MIBR. They got out of the gate 4-0, but they lost 2 games pick 13-5. The second map, MIBR's pick. Again, a pistol round win, but a shakier start and a first half deficit for MIBR brought back, only losing 1 in half 2. 13-8 on Nuke. Brings us to Inferno. I'm Boggs, joined by Pineapple Phillips. And this final, has gone the distance. And we go to the classic of classics for a third map. It is, of course, Inferno. And Nate, I really don't know who I favor to win this, because both teams have shown incredible weakness. And neither team has really played each other at full power at the same time.
No, they haven't. Map 1 was the individuals from 2 game really picking up the pace and kind of shutting it down. Map number 2, quite the opposite. Interestingly enough to me, it wasn't really Klim. It was the superstar in map 2. Sure, he had a very solid performance at the end. That second half really brought his stats back to where they should be at minimum. But it was everybody else around him that really found success on the Made in Brazil squad. It was Exit, it was Reno specifically as well, having some very important kills. Insani had his moments, but maybe not what you quite expect of him. And of course, it was just MIBR really looking solid on their mapping as you would expect. Now, it is map 3, and that means we have a knife round to decide who gets their side of choice. This can be tremendously impactful on a map like Inferno. Maybe not so much for 2 game, who have a more or less even win-loss percentage on both sides, but for a team like MIBR, who have a 75% win rate on the T side, they would definitely like to have their side of choice to begin this decider.
Oh, yeah. And one of those wins, too, is against Keed Stars, who's a pretty solid team down in South America. So, for MIBR, they want that start. And I think might just have it.
I would assume they choose T side given how strong they are on that side, but you never know.
They might want to close it out on the strong side, too. There is that reasoning, and I don't disagree with that fundamentally. In fact, I kind of like that personally, but in general, I do like starting on T side because you get to control the pace early and kind of set the tone. I don't know. I'm also not too convinced that side start actually matters that much.
Depends. If one side is abysmal and you start off 210, then you don't get to do anything on the second half if you lose the pistol.
But at the same time, if you're going to go 210, if you're going to go 210, you're going to go 210.
Yeah.
And at that point, what difference does it make? That's my final philosophical position as of right now on it. And MIBR, they want to finish strong. I get the call. I like it.
Yeah, most teams almost always pick CT. The only map where I really think people dabble with going T-side is...
Was Anubis.
say, Anubis and Dust 2.
Yeah, but rip Anubis.
Gone too soon.
Seriously.
Like, way...
And we didn't even get cash back, but we got Overpass, so I'm still happy.
Overpass a go. Okay, Insani. A killer shot onto Hards Out, jumping up wood on Banana. Nice quick opening. He swaps pistols around as well. He has dualies in hand. And is smoke ready for a contact. He's been souped up on the site. Given pistols, given a smoke grenade. He is ready to defend this B site all by his lonesome. These two games continue to inch their way forward. Good dink onto Insani, who now does have to fall back, but two game aren't rushing through that smoke. They're waiting for their own utility to blossom instead. Insani getting in front of it, tries hoping to get across towards Oranges. He's caught through the siding, however. That's a good kill for Detroit. Even footing, and a 4 versus 4 now as the bomb hits dirt.
Well, the USPs tap away. Nobody's found through the smokes as the one towards Church fades. Breno makes his way on through. Lukey's on the other side. 2 through Church. Klim and Breno. Lukey's has one with him. Detroit 1, not the other. Klim's got 2. And it's all down to Zureba. He's been good in anchor positions, but this time may be too tough. A defuse is in, and Zureba is out. 5 for 5 on the pistols are made in Brazil. And if you are made in Brazil at this point in time, and say just for hypothetical reasons they lose this series, how do you justify losing a series at worst going 5 for 6 on the pistols?
It's a good question. Imagine if they do. Imagine if that somehow happens. 1-0 start.
It's possible.
It is possible. Surprisingly. 2-game with the bomb plant this time around can go for the force fire. Some players forcing some saving, I should say.
It's a half.
It's down to 550. I do as well. 1 hero rifle for Hards Out. And some pistol upgrades. Keys as well has Kevlar. Yeah, and if you can do the damage, if you can open up a site and get a bomb plant, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Even if you take 3 guns out of the hands of MIBR, it's worth it.
But that first map, where MIBR only had to win 1 round on the T side.
How do you
go ahead and reset him? How do you not clear Brano, who finds 2 now? Klim racing forward to support. And that rifle's now isolated and alone. Klim struggling to get a kill, finds 1. Brano not peeking either. Klim doesn't get the kill. It's Breno instead an exit to find the final. Scrappy towards the arches, but only 1 player falls. A bit chaotic. But it's MIBR to convert the pistol round victory. And it wasn't a force spine loss, it was a calculated risk. Now 2-game again have rifles in hand. Detroit will have a deagle. This is some extreme economic finagling, but it could definitely work. 2-game.
Yeah, I mean, the Deagle could do some serious damage, and you can always get kills with the Galil. If you can get kills with an M4, you can get kills with the Galil. Don't let anyone ever tell you the Galil's a bad gun, folks. It's a very good one. I think it might be a little bit too cheap, personally. But as it stands, it's just early utility engagement between these two sides. Chips back and forth. Nyx, playing anti-flash, is not going to go for a spam. Used to be spammable. I don't know if it is anymore. It's even worth it if it is. Back in the old days, 2015 Inferno, you could spam that and do a lot of damage. I feel like I'm just dating myself today.
You're
NES, old. Bank of Fnatic, 2015 Inferno. Klim, probably like 18 years old, just rocking it, doing all the damage, getting the kills. Teammates are dying. He's still alive. He's still a threat. Still might get more as Detroit struck for 2. But let's see what Klim can do. He's sitting back, truck. He peeks out, spots the bomb, and that might be something. No, double tap dirt nap to Hardzao. And Clip still fights for more damage before he falls. But exit here, 1 versus 1. Luquise gets the round 4-2 game. A close one, a dangerous one. But the economic damage taken by MIBR proves a problem into round 4.
Yes, it does. Both teams going to be scrappy here. MIBR making some concessions, but 2-game R as well. The FAMAS for Hardzao, or not the FAMAS, excuse me, the Mac 10 for Hardzao, the Galil for Zureba. And I think we might have a reset.
I think you may be right. You are definitely right, as Luquise DCs. Finally, we get a DC that happens when nothing's happened in the round, so we can actually restart. That will mean a pause while we wait for the admins to do their thing. Hats off to the admins, too. A thankless job, usually. And they deserve a lot of love. Because without them, none of these games would ever happen. You wouldn't get these restarts, you wouldn't get these fixes. So, thanks to the admins for what you do.
And if I was gotten a lot faster, a lot more proficient at it. I'm sure it had something to do with CS2 when it launched, but it's been near seamless.
It made things a lot easier. Like just speaking with guys like Oso and how much smoother everything is fixing in CS2, it has made a big difference for them.
Yeah, especially with the match minutes. I remember we used to wait 10, 15 minutes for our match minute just because they had to, I'm sure they had to enumerate everything and figure it out, but...
And the other thing too, I mean, remember the days of old Challenger League? Like, we're talking like 2016. If there was a CS update, there was a good chance you weren't going live that day.
Yep. It just weren't working.
It would break everything. And now, you get an update, 30 minutes before the game, you're still going live. Maybe a little bit of a delay, but you're still going live. You still have a match. And it's really cool.
Quality of life is improving for this game. So, pause should only be brief as well, so just give us a second longer. Can't say too much about the game thus far, though. MIBR looking good, but it's still scrappy. Neither team has yet to really establish themselves economically. 2-game did finally get on the board, but they have to begin to build a streak off of that. If they don't, MIBR might just get right back into the driver's seat and punish that blip on the radar, that 1-round victory.
Nate, somebody in chat says that Valve need to buff the Negev.
Nope, wrong.
The Negev is already incredibly strong. If you know how to use it, it is a very good gun. If they make any changes to it, it becomes broken.
That is a bad take.
I love the Negev. It is very good in its current state.
There's a gun that needs fixing, maybe the MP5.
Yeah, it's kind of useless, but the MP7's also kind of useless. There's no real reason to use those when the UMP and the MP9 exist, and the Mac 10.
I like the MP7 more than the UMP.
I do too, but the UMP is way cheaper.
Only $300 cheaper.
Yeah, that's a flash or a smoke or a nade.
1 nade, okay? 1 nade.
That's way cheaper.
I don't know.
All right. Does Valve need to fix the PP Bison?
No, it's a meme gun.
I think we need a little more. We need a little more armor pen for the Bison.
That could work. We fix the Nova?
Increase the damage slightly. Yeah.
But those guns that are. are. Hardzao still on the Mac 10. Still a 5.7 for Breno. A lot of implications from this round. Both teams on the cusp of being reset, Boggs. If they lose this round, especially without a bomb plant for 2-game, it's probably going to be a save in the following.
Yeah, and shades of Mirage might start to rear their head. But MIBR again, 75% win rate on the attack. They just want a decent half out of this. Luquise, entry, tip of the spear. Up towards car. Will he clear sandbags is the question. And Sonny waits. Flash goes over. Insani still yet to reveal. Nobody's clear him. Nobody's checked him. And again, 2Game do not clear their angles. Insani gets 3. Fish in a barrel for him. Zoreba trades the extra push on exit, but it's 3 for 1 for Made in Brazil. And 2Game are their own worst enemy right now. You cannot push Banana and not clear Sandbags and Cubby. You cannot push Arch side without clearing the corners. This is basic Counter-Strike. And they had so much going for them. The flash onto Insani. They take him out there. It's their round towards B. Instead, this round's all but done.
Critical oversight at a crucial juncture. Again, 2Game probably going to be saving in the round following, and they're probably just saving these rifles now as well. Sudeba couldn't even find an upgrade to an AK. He's still on that Galil, and Klim might even have one, if not both. There's the spot, no kill. Hardzao holding for it, gets that one. Do MIBR run it down at their opponents? Yes is the answer. Hardzao felled. Sudeba only gets an M4. That's all they'll bring into this next round. Least Hardzao dies before time is up. MIBR up 3-1. Actually, did Hardzao die?
No.
He died after time?
He died after time.
That is even worse.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be a bronze lining if he died before time, but not even that. It's just bad. Very, very bad. Chunking in onto Hardzao, just can't catch a break. And right now for Made in Brazil, things are going swimmingly. Yeah, Mirage sucked. Not great at all. They had that round where everybody disconnected. That was pretty much the beginning of the end for them on that map. But right now, after their hold on Nuke, things are looking stable. Insani's back. Klim is back. Breno's holding on. That's really all they need. And speaking of Insani, they'll get one more. Exits around, in toward water, sprays away, gets nothing. Damage is done, but the bomb is down. And that was the real goal for 2Game here. Of course, they want the round victory, but that's kind of out of reach here. With PKL low, Zoreba low as well, the retake utility with the Molotovs and the flashes, it's going to be very difficult to hold on for 2Game here. And I don't think MIBR are going to want to start Save Simulator.
I hope not. For my own sanity. Flash is over. Brett mollied out. Got the swing. Caught from CT instead. Sudeba in towards Dark. PKL now is known as well. Good swing from Sudeba to 1v1. And Clint misses the shots. MIBR don't go for the save, but they don't get victory either. As 2Game bring it to within 1, and MIBR economically are still decimated. Most amount of money is around 3K for the team. Maybe a deagle on a couple players, but nothing more should be bought for this defense. And this gives 2Game an excellent opportunity to tie things up and build a T-side economy that can withstand some of this tumultuous back and forth.
That's a round stolen by Zoreba. The individual might have just saved the day for 2Game early and stopped the snowball. It's USPs and USPs alone for MIBR with the 5-7 and the Deagle scattered around. No armor. It's the critical factor. And it's a 5A stack now. Hardzao gets caught though, a double from the Deagle. Klim gets him through the wall. But I think 2Game are about to discover the B site is ready for the taking.
Seems like it.
Be careful. Bush is coming through, and Zoreba's going to get a lineup here. Gets a couple of kills, but takes a lot of damage down to 5 HP. Flames won't stop bullets, and they're not going to stop the jump of Insani either, as he just goes all the way through. Not a care in the world as the bomb goes down. AK salvaged. It's going to be a 3-3 score, But that's a nice prize to take into the next round. A Kalashnikov on the CT side. No hunt
Silver linings.
2 game.
No reason to hunt. They only dropped a MAC-10 and an AK. Try to exit together and call it a day, but they're going towards Key spawn stairs. Need to be careful with that MAC-10. They get the kill. Keys also finds one. That's the rifle. Klim survives in that first engagement. He'll get to save his gun as well. Tied up 3 apiece. Only Galil's saved for 2 game. And with 3 players following, that really doesn't let them build up that bank like they hoped they would.
Well, if you're going to have a third map decider, you want it to be an exciting one, a close one, a nail-biter. Right now, it's shaping up to be that. 1/4 of the way through the first half. The entire map, rather. Half of the way through the first half. Half of a half is a quarter. You're welcome for the math help, by the way. Nade goes out. Hard Sal really has to work on those peaks towards middle. Just keeps eating nades. Unless that's something he's into, I don't know. I personally don't like to eat grenade damage. Makes it a little difficult to survive.
It's a bit of a handicap. Give them a little bit more of a chance.
Got that big of an ego, huh?
Yep, exactly. Trades out middle. 3 versus 3. Klim's still around, though, and Insani has rotated in. Insani finds one. Klim is lucky to be alive. Player in middle. Instead, Klim will get the kill, though. Get the drop on Lukis, trying to fight 2, again, diametrically opposed angles. In towards brackets. That lives Zureba again. 1v3, that drop might have been heard. It's all on time. Player over towards Wine might just catch him. No, instead it's Klim expecting that kind of play. Turning around, getting the headshot. Very good counter strafe from him. Now MIBR take the lead once again at 4-3. That pulls a tactical pause out of 2 game in round number 8.
Tac timeout. Hadn't worked too well for 2 game over on Nuke. They'll look to get something different here on Inferno. It's back and forth, and they know what MIBR are capable of once the sides swap. Will not be an easier road for 2 game. Quite the contrary. I'm thinking they'd like an 8-4 half at best. Now their case scenario, if they can, win 5 in a row. 7-5, much more likely. Not quite as good. Saw that evaporate on Nuke. This round, not exactly promising. Tech 9s, P2, 50s, 1 AK. Utility's not fantastic. Exit might be overextending here. He does have a friend. Still a very bold move to push that far against what you know is probably not going to be the best of buys.
Calculated risk. MIBR expecting Banana to be mostly clear, and it is entirely clear. It's going to be an A play. Klim is on site. He's a player top balcony to support. Utility won't land from the T side either. Spot from Klim and a good spray as well. First secured. Line up for the team. 4 kills. Detroit finally finds 1 in his team's favor. This force buy has fallen very flat. Insani on the flank, a belabored fight, but a victory nonetheless. Only 1 casualty for Meta Brazil. As they extend their lead to 2 rounds and force 2 game onto a very humble save in round number 9.
Well, 2 game. Falling apart at the seams, it seems. Late into this first half of Inferno. The final map of this grand final. South American Cup 2 for ESL Challenger League Season 50. Glocks, a lot to be desired. And MIBR, quite the contrary, living up to expectations right now. It's exactly what they need to do. The job that they're hired to do, that they know they can do, that they're expected to do. And that's qualify for Pro League.
I say this is my expectation. Zani and Klim atop the board. Leno or someone else, Leno or Exit, I should say, in that third spot. More than likely Breno. Klim peeking middle, finds one, finds two, knows his pistol. He's trying to harvest a bit of cash, and that is his undoing. Find two, and Sani's sparing the smoke for some exploratory damage. Finds the kill as the smoke fades or dissipates around the bullets. Second walking banana wins the duel cleanly versus Exit. That's worrying. McKee's still locked into this very difficult angle. Oh, his teammates in towards pit. Sonic does in McKee's. And just Sureba again. Stuck and sprayed down by Breno at range. 6-3 for MIBR. Not as clean as you would hope or expect. But a victory is a victory. And they're still chugging along with a hefty advantage at this stage.
Very, very easy days right now for MIBR, but they're about to get tested again with the guns coming out for 2 game. The Galil for Hard Zao, who's 1-9. That is not what you want to see from Hard Zao at this stage. On this stage. He needs to do more. He's been absent. Yeah, he's been a little unlucky with a lot of nade damage. But there needs to be more from him. Lukey's down to 41 HP so early. And Detroit will get the opening. He's been a consistent bright spot for this 2-game roster. Zreva's had his moments as well. That hold in dark comes to mind on this map. 2-game look lost on this Inferno T side. Hardzao will get his kill though. That's Klim gone. Exit can't get the spray down to connect. PKL, one of his own. The bomb. A foregone conclusion at this point. And Nyx, he looks the wrong way. As he tries to enter bedroom, he's put to sleep. In 2-game, they needed a round. They get it confidently. A chance to tie things up going into the second half. But again, the specter that looms is that devastating MIBR T side.
Tactical pause compelled out of MIBR. Their economy's not in a good way. It's been a little bit scrappy, so they haven't gotten to build up the economy you would hope they would. This is their last real investment. If they lose this round without saving 2 or 3 guns, it's back to the drawing board for what would be the final round of the half. So pressure's on, as this round is effectively worth 2 for 2-game. And that would tie them back up, as you mentioned. Still a long way to go. An uphill battle on the defense, but definitely give them a lot more options in that second half. A lot more time to work with than would otherwise be there. You mentioned it, Zureba has been a monster on the multi-kills. Detroit has been an ever-present threat, especially when he has that op. On this map, doesn't want to go for it on the T side. It makes sense. You don't really want to op on this map on either side necessarily. But if you were going to op, it'd be on the CT, not the T. So we'll see if he has more impact in the second half. But he's still doing a very solid job with the AK.
Well, Exit will do a job of his own. Sprays down Banana 2 through the smoke. And MIBR 2-man advantage, looking for more as Hard Zao desperately claws for something to get close to an equalizer. Sureba moving in as well. As all 3 players of 2-game moving through towards brackets. MIBR don't need to make a play. They can wait, receive the onslaught. There's nothing 2-game can do besides fire their way through a wall and try and take this round.
Might as well try. You don't have enough money to invest in the following, even if you lose it. Try to get something in this round. 33 seconds left, and they haven't made their move just yet. That Molly bounces wrong. 20 seconds now. Klim in pit, as teammates support as well. 18 seconds left as the smoke goes down towards Speedway, but they're in front of it on the defense. Nix finds the first from sight. Breno, the second in towards the apartments, and Breno, the third as well, to put the nail in the coffin in the dying embers of a round number 11. 7-4 for MIBR. And one more round in this first half for a potential 8-4 in the favor of MIBR.
MIBR salt this half away with an 8-4 lead. You have to imagine it's going to end very quickly in their favor once we go to half two. Things are looking incredibly strong for them right now. A little bit of damage taken by Exit. 4/10 of his HP. 2/5 if you want to be a little more specific. But other than that, nothing from 2Game. Just the util damage. They look shell-shocked. Again, aimless. Most of the rounds coming off heroics individually. Nothing sustainable. That's the biggest problem right now for 2Game, the fact that nothing has actually stuck against the wall. Just slides right off. MIBR keep marching on. How long they've killed time in this round. Where are they going to go?
Slow.
They have no bomb. They have a little bit of banana control.
They decided B. You can tell. They're all coming over, congregating. Here comes
There's a Molly here
Decody.
to hold.
There's a Molly. Is it thrown quickly enough? Yes, and it is a T-side Molly as well. That's important to note. Exit second oranges. Teammate throwing a flash through the smoke. Doesn't get through. Exit crosses back. Good flash for the peak. Exit still caught, and Sonny spamming, and the Chaos finds one in response and survives. Bomb plant now going to come through. Smoke though dissipates. Detroit though still holds the angle. PKL as well dropping Breno. It's just Klim and Nix to try and bring it back to that 8-4, but it seems unlikely. 2Game. Make this take, albeit long-winded, look solid. As they're now 2 kills away from bringing it to a contentious 5-7 score line. Klim inching forward, tries to find the opening. No luck. The second, Nix gets 1, but 3 more to find and no time to do it with. Swing comes through, he'll get a second. A nice paltry victory, but it won't prevent the inevitable. 5-7 half. 2Game narrowly behind as we enter the halftime break.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 in Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back.
MIBR escape with a lead. Their first lead at the end of a half in this series. And it comes in the most important map of them all. The third and final in this grand final. The ECL Season 50 South American Cup number 2. I'm Boggs. He's Pineapple Phillips. This is Counter-Strike 2, in case you weren't aware. And MIBR have gone 5 for 5 on the pistols so far. A chance to go flawless. And if they do, the floodgates are open. And their chances at victory incredibly high. And PKL almost died.
Another insane pistol round opening shot from Insani. He hit the first one onto the player jumping up logs in the first half.
I'm pretty sure that was PKL.
It was Hards out, but I'm not certain. But no, Hards on his. It would make sense for Hards out. He's been getting bullied throughout this decider. PKL though, just falling back, surviving. MIBR have the bomb on Banana, but they aren't necessarily committing. I say that 2 more are rotating around, so all 5 will be present, and it is the right call. 2Game have stacked brackets. Perfectly read by MIBR as they throw their execute. And I feel like the pistol's almost a must-win for 2Game. That nade. Juicy on to 4. 2Game. They struggle so much on this defense relative to MIBR's offense that they need everything they can get. On plant. Will go down.
Bomb has been planted.
It's a 5 versus 5 chaos round for the retake. There is a kit for Sureba at least. They need to make it a rather quick one. These Glocks are going to be deadly at close range.
The Glocks will be hard to unseat. It's 4 versus 4 now. In the dark corner, 1 from Insani. PKL trades. Klim, another. And 2 from Dark. And that will be an MIBR pistol round. But how many times have we said that this series, Nate? Every single one.
Every single time. 6 for nothing. That is a crazy stat line for MIBR. It's crazy it's gotten this close. In the same vein, equal parts. Also, I don't know if you heard it, but the new sound that the incendiary grenade makes as it's flying through the air. So satisfying. What is the plan now for the second round of MIBR? They need to be careful. 2Game have forced the issue. 5.7s and MP9 and a Mag 7. And we've seen MIBR lose these second round conversions. They can't lose that now. Keep the pressure on. If you win this round, you should get a 9th and a 10th off the back of it. Push comes in, Banana. Rukiz gets control, keeps spamming though, and that might be his undoing. He's now at 9 HP. He'll survive. He'll get the heck out of dodge, fall back. In the meanwhile, though, MIBR have rightly rotated around and now look to get brackets and A control.
There's rotations from both sides here, as in Flood 2 game as well. 1 on the mag, 2 for Detroit. Cold Zera box his home, but Exit has another pick. Make it 3 kills. PKL on site, he'll fall. Cannot do it all. Exit with the quad, and he keeps MIBR on top in that round. It came down to the individuals, and MIBR just had a little bit more depth to it. Luke Keys and Hard Zhao have been absent in this map. 2 players who had very critical impact across the first 2 maps. Just gone dormant here.
4 kills up close and personal, though. 2 from Detroit on the Mag 7, 2 from PK on the 5-7. Made that a very scary round.
That's
Scary
Inferno,
doesn't,
though.
It is Inferno, but Scary doesn't do it anymore either.
No.
9-5.
How scared can MIBR be? They've weathered a storm. Not just that first map, but Nuke did not start off well for them either. They've come out the other side stronger for it.
Still an investment, though, for 2 game. They know that the pressure's on. They know they have to go for it. M1014 auto shotty for Hard Zhao. That's an upgrade when compared to the Mag 7. 2 M4s as well. Detroit could afford that thanks to his Mag 7 kills. Luquise, not sure how he managed to get that one through, but he still has it nonetheless. So it's a scary potential defense if MIBR play their cards wrong. Luquise is on Coffin. Spools now. Spools was, I should say. And Insani just going to race forward. He gets across towards CT. He's actually holding for the rotation. He gets PKL. Now the player Church is boxed in, and Insani will not let him get any breathing room. He finds a second, and 2 games stop in their tracks. They're probably going to save this one at this point. We get to see why this map is called the Save Simulator. The M4, the Auto Shotty, and the MP9 will all be fighting for their lives as MIBR secure a 10th.
If 2 game haven't been fighting for their tournament lives so far, I don't know what they've been doing. Yes, they did great on Mirage. That was more due to MIBR's mistakes. It's a good little exit, maybe a salvaged gun. Hold the phone, that's a lot of exits now. As these 3 2-game players will stay alive with AKs to grab. Hard Zhao stuck on the XM. And I don't believe that's intentional, despite him having little success with anything else. Even with the XM, he still came up empty-handed, just getting an assist. You would expect him to want that rifle dropped on the ground. But 2-game at least do some damage on the save. They keep their players alive, but time is running out quickly. And Scary, as you said at the start of last round, is not enough. Damage, kills is not enough. Rounds are necessary.
Luckily,
to start.
you only need 1 round to reset the economy. That's the lucky thing now. Damage is Scary. It also keeps this T side weak economically. Insani tries to get the opening, fails. Exit trying to get the trade. Similarly so, falls short. PKL drops Klim. That's 2 kills for nothing. Spam from the Glilla brackets, trying to find anything to give them an opening. But no openings will be presented. MIBR, what's the call at this point? A minute left, they're saving. It looks like they're saving.
Wow.
Oh, their economic woes, not a lot of utility. Well, I guess they have smokes. And Exit being as low as he is means they're gonna save, or at least call the save at the minute mark, and this is a long time to awkwardly wait for the round to end.
So it's MIBR's time to contribute to Save Simulator.
Beautiful map.
One of the best ever made. I mean, it is, in all seriousness, it is a classic. It's been around for forever. It has the chickens and the best van in the game. The bells.
They removed
But in terms
Anubis
of
instead of
gameplay,
this.
It needs something.
Counter-terrorists win.
Bring the skyboxes back.
Or open up a second entry point into B.
Is the second van
sort of
also say
offshoot
chicken
off.
lover?
Not sure actually. I wonder if it does. We've got a tech timeout from TAC timeout, excuse me, from MIBR, so maybe we can get a little eyes on that second van. Be pretty cool.
I just want to know if it's a franchise or not. You know, is this someone's gig out of their van? Is it a?
Well, here's the other thing. Why is it in English if we're in Italy?
They're probably in a tourist town.
Everything else is in Italian.
It's true.
Will Italy ever win another World Cup? That is a question.
I'll say no.
I don't know if you can say no necessarily, but it doesn't look likely right now. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like the Azzurri just don't have the same fierceness they did back in 06. That team was brutal. The defense was incredible. Legendary team. Contact with Detroit. No, he's on top of
Porch.
quad. Yeah. He's chilling. And Nix might not be chilling for long if he walks right into this. The shotgun's up close. He's been spotted because of that nade throw. Hardzau's in front of the fire. He's going to catch the guy up top. As Detroit's going to have to drop at some point. He'll back away, but he did get one while blind. That's a big kill to find to keep it even at 4 apiece.
Big kill to find. The Molotov tick sound was from the auto shotgun up close. It was from Hardzau, who, again, missed an opportunity on that kill. 4 versus 4. Now 4 versus 3. PKL tucked in. Only good for 1. An exit catches Detroit trying to re-aggress at the arches. Final pair left to defend, and there it is. That incendiary comes screaming in towards Pit. But Sudeba above will not be burned. His toes will not be singed, as he is now unexpected at this angle. Or is he? They're still looking for him. And now he gives away the position. At this point, he's just trying to buy time for his teammate. And given the fact that he falls, Luquez, yep, there you saw the stutter step and the breakaway. Luquez now holds, maybe for exits, maybe not. Might just be extra safe down below towards T spawn. So be an 11th for MIBR, 2 away from pulling off the reverse sweep and securing ESL Challenger League Season 50's South America Cup number 2. It'd be a big win for them.
It'd be a huge win. That would get them a spot in the finals for South America. And even more importantly, Nate, or less importantly, $8,000. What is that spot in the finals that you really want? Because that's where you can get that spot at Pro League. And at the end of the day, what does everyone want out of a Challenger League season? Don't say VRS points.
VRS points.
And Pro League, because that's more VRS points. But also it's Pro League.
Touché.
You know, I mean, it gets you, if you win, you can get a point towards an Intel Grand Slam.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Kind of crazy to think how it was an Astralis Liquid phase. Nobody else, I think. Unless Vitality claimed it, but I don't think they have.
Vitality or did Spirit? I can't remember if someone did. Slow round though. Lots of utility damage done early. Still a minute left, but no kills to be spoken of. No proper contact either. Detroit has his op east towards port side, looking for the opening spots. One good shot into the back of Nyx. 2 game. Looking to make this defense last a little bit longer as MIBR rotate around quickly to look towards B instead. He's around the smoke, needs to be careful. The nade betrays him. And Sonny gets that kill as the smoke dissipates briefly. Now PKL boosted up, has to do a lot more than that. He gets 1, but he doesn't get away, and that's the critical factor. 3 versus 3. Bomb, though, still yet to go down. Double push in towards Temple and towards Church, finds nothing as of yet, and both players were spotted. Detroit a good kill. Clem a trade. Detroit, though, doubling down, and Zureba, the bait and switch, finds the next. Clem down. And 2 game will not go quietly into that night. They recover, and more importantly, they break this T-side economy.
Are you telling me they will not vanish without a fight?
Correct.
That they're going to live on? That they're going to survive?
Honestly, I can't remember the rest of it.
Today we celebrate our Independence Day.
I say, are we going for the Independence Day speech, or are we going for the poem?
Oh, we're going for Independence Day.
It's the better one.
Classic. Absolute classic. And a timeout, another one forced out of MIBR, who do not want to let this slip away. They've had some success calling the tax into these forced buy, half buy situations. They will have an AK for Klim, Mac 10 on a pair, Tech 9 on 2 as well. Utility is okay. It's not great. It's not the worst thing in the world. But MIBR, with this forced by this aggressive purchase, put themselves in a precarious position. You lose this round, 2 game pretty much get a free path to 9. That means it's a 2-round game from a tie and a 2-round game from a win. MIBR really banking on at least damage and a plant, but I would say they're probably looking for a win after expending the timeout plus the economic funds. Heavy investment into round 19. And made in Brazil. Do not want to let this spot in the South American Finals go to waste. Go to somebody else. Go to 2 game. Let's see. Smokes rain down. Premature spray from Lukis finds nothing but death as Insani and Breno bounce through the site. 2 kills on the max. And now those turn into M4s. Rotations are in. Detroit sees nothing through the guise of smoke. This is not a round you retake if you're 2 game. Not a round you can. You don't have the funds. You don't have the weaponry. You have an exit. That is it. MIBR. The tactical timeout pays massive dividends. And they get themselves match point here in the grand final.
The compromised investment as well. Tactical timeout paying off huge. But 2 game. Despite the compromised investment coming into this round, we'll still have a very solid shot, especially with Detroit's op in play. I also want to say, Box, I looked up the Grand Slam. Navi and Vitality have both won.
Okay. I'm in a nostalgic mood today.
Yep. Yes, we are. MIBR still rocking a Mac 10 on Nyx. 2 game rocking the rival SMG, the MP9 on Lukis. Where is that op from Detroit? That is my biggest question. Where is he playing? Is he challenging early? No. He's towards porch side.
Very safe on side A.
He's worried about the smoke. He might go forward now.
So he shall.
Peek. Out middle. No chance.
There's no way. He's got all the utility, too. He's the... Well, now with that smoke gone, he doesn't have the most utility, but... Still, he has a Molotov, a nade, and a flash. Only HE. 1 of 2 Molotovs. Has his op. Can't really afford to lose any of that. As in, they'll run. The flash gets 1, but so blind is Lukis Breno with a bag of 2. will smoke down towards CT as the rest of the team stalls out behind the flames. One toss back of their own as they go through. Hards out, sprayed down. Breno a third as he's opening up this site and trying to push MIBR to victory here on Inferno. And in this grand final for the second of the ESL Challenger League Season 50 Cups in South America, Detroit goes down. It's Klim this time. And Zureba, 1 versus 4. Not to anchor, but to entry. Stalled out by Klim. It's the first day of fall, and MIBR do not. It's 13-7 on map 2. They come back around for the reverse sweep and take their map pick and Inferno. They do not vanish without a fight at all, Nate. It's not quite their Independence Day, but it is a chance to fight another day and be one step closer to ESL Pro League.
This is the MIBR I expected to see, that I wanted to see coming into the series. We had Klim at the top, we had Insani hitting his shots close behind, and everybody else still doing the lifting as needed, slotting together perfectly, playing incredibly well. If we saw this in the first map, it might have been a very quick 2-0. It took MIBR a while to get the ball rolling. It still wasn't perfect in that second map, yet here it really shines on Inferno, and they do not let the script get flipped from the upper bracket final. They maintain what it was and find victory in spite of heavier resistance.
In spite of it, they do the job in the end, only losing their second map en route to their spot in the South American finals. And well, a very good job by MIBR in the end. 2-game got better and better as time went on through this qualifier. And that's a scary proposition for anyone who's going to go up against them in the third cup in South America for ECL Season 50. But right now, Nate, I think that we have a serious contender in MIBR, especially as they have the incoming addition of Kickert, especially as this team will have more time to practice and prepare to mesh together and become a more solidified unit. There is so much potential for this squad to explode, especially if Klim can do that against certified Tier 1 competition.
Yeah, as we talked about throughout this series, this is not the full 5. We still have Kickert waiting to be added to the roster. Probably didn't get added in time due to the roster lock. And in addition to that, they haven't had a lot of time to practice. So it's going to be very exciting to see how he slots in and how this team begins to build around this new duo in both Kickert and Klim. And again, I agree with you. I think the sky's the limit for this roster. I really think if they can make it back to Pro League, they will make major waves in the scene.
I would love to see what they can do in Pro League, especially when you see what guys like Molodor are doing on Fury. I think this could be a very similar situation. And it just means that there's more opportunities for some of these teams that are going partially international in the Americas and as a whole, because we see that happening in North America as well. There's a lot of great potential. And from 2-game, it's a much better series than what we got to see from them a couple of days ago against MIBR in the upper finals. And this is more or less what I expected out of this 2-game side. That scoreline I thought was a bit of an aberration. I'm not terribly surprised they beat Bestia yesterday either. This is a 2-game side that has a lot of potential. They have a good amount of pieces, and they have pieces in the right spots. When everyone is actually playing their part, we see how well it looks, how well it works when we look at Mirage. So if they can do that consistently, minimize their mistakes, and kind of keep their cool as well, because when they started getting rattled, they began to make those mistakes more and more. Players like Detroit tried to take matters into their own hands, and that did not turn out well for them. So if they can maintain composure and continue to build off of this, we might be seeing 2-game run rampant in that third cup.
Yeah, 2-game looked very solid. I'd say on the cusp of really being one of these top contenders. They were obviously top contender here, but I think this is a real standout moment from them. They showed that they can adjust. They showed that they had what it takes. They showed that they have the depth, maybe just not quite the consistency But Boggs, with that said, that is the end of this coverage for the South American Cup 2 for ESL Challenger League Season 50. But of course, later this evening, we have the North American side of the grand finals. That would be Marsborn versus Wildcard, I believe, starting in just under an hour. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just about an hour with more Counter-Strike action. See you then.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Qiddiya.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my till my speaker calm. I'll keep going till my speaker calm low. 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 Till my speaker calm.